Welcome to Improv Separately Together. I'm your host, Philip Whiting, and today, yes, another one from Florida. But I don't care what you think. Here she is. Her name's Kia! Yay! I don't know if that sounds like a lot more people or it just sounds like me being dumb.
You're my hype man. I love it. I love it.
Nice. Thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're completely welcome. Why don't you go ahead and let the audience know a little bit about yourself?
Hi, audience. My name is Kia McElfresh. Everybody calls me Mac. I am a teacher by day and a crazy improv lover by night. But all in between that time, I am a mom to an adorable 8-year-old girl. So that's my jam.
She didn't push any shows like everyone else does. Watch me online here. Right.
I mean, you can catch me online. I'm trying to do I'm actually doing some e-courses for improv. I am really kind of immersed in our youth theater scene here in Southwest Florida, and I brought some improv to more of the younger crowd. My students are amazing at improv, and we've done a few improv jams locally for the high school and middle school crowd here. So it's really starting to catch a following, and I think that's where my niche is I love to start them off younger and build a community of improvisers.
Oh, that sounds fun. When I'm coming to town, I'm going to watch. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know when I'll get that far south in Florida, but
we'll talk. Don't worry.
Right.
Don't worry.
Right, we'll make it happen. So with this show, what I've been doing is just catching up with improvisers, meeting new ones like yourself. Again, another first-time person, and seeing how they're doing throughout this whole time, and basically asking them the same 5 questions because everyone's going through the same thing. And my dog came in the room. Wally, get up there and lay down. He usually
I'm coming in.
he usually doesn't even come up here, but he's up here today, and it's fine. We're going to continue anyway. He's not going to bother us. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it and start asking these questions and answering them. Okay, so with the whole virus has started, I like to say around March because that's when everything seemed to shut down. So since March, what has changed in your day-to-day process?
Well, personally, I mean, we since I'm a teacher, we obviously started doing virtual learning and things like that. All of our shows, we had shows. I'm a part of Scared Scriptless in Fort Myers, and our team usually performs once a month at the Florida Lab Theater in Fort Myers, and we had shows up until I want to say August that we then had to cancel because of COVID. But the really cool thing is I didn't even realize that I was doing this, but it was almost like my body was so used to doing improv all the time that I would just start sparring in certain aspects. So my brother is a goofball like me, and he would call me and we would just start back and forth with these ridiculous conversations where either we would play characters or we would kind of travel down a rabbit hole or something like that. And I kind of kept up my skills by doing that and keeping on my feet just that way.
Right.
My cousin Kiri came out a few weeks ago. No, I'm sorry, last week. And my timetable's all over the place. That's one definite thing that happened in COVID is that a 24-hour period of time is not 24 hours. Like last week is 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I have no concept of time anymore. So she was here last week, and she reminded me of a game that we play when we go to restaurants. And she's usually sitting next to me. And so we'll be looking at whoever is sitting in the next table over and the next 2 tables over, like, what's their deal? And she's like, well, he's a foot model. And I'm like, yeah, but how long has he been doing it? So we go back and forth, and we basically kind of create these characters, and when they're talking or they lean in, we explain why they're leaning in. He told her about the message, and she's like, the message from the girlfriend? Yes. We do these. I'm a total weirdo. But so I didn't realize that I spar with other people, and I kind of just create these alternate universes or characters or things that are happening. And it was hilarious because then everybody else on the table, we were probably 7 people deep, and she and I are the only ones that are playing, and everybody's like, what's going on with the foot fetish? Who is talking about feet right now? And everybody's like, shh. And of course they're right next to us, and I'm like, it's their anniversary, stop it right now. And she's like, I know, right? So and then close. Now it's become a joke in the family that we're now sending pictures of each other's feet to each other. I mean, it's now crossed appropriate lines that, probably nobody should get into, but
that's great. I need to play that game now.
Yes! You need to play that game. And it doesn't matter where you go. You could just be walking down the street and you see somebody, figure out where their life is, why are they there, why, what has taken place in their life, and those kinds of sparring games are really fun.
It sounds, yes, I'm ready. All right, so we're all home a lot more than we used to be. What do you like about that?
I like that I can cook. I do really like to cook. So I love the fact that I can cook. I taught my daughter how to ride a two-wheeler bike. So that was, I was super excited about that. But I find that I'm able to do a lot more research on things that I've been wanting to do research on.
Right.
I've been wanting to take certain workshops or kind of get in touch with some people that I admire in the field. And because everybody is shut down, you have more, I don't want to say accessibility to people that you probably wouldn't, but more accessibility to people that you normally wouldn't. So when you're able to talk, I mean, I probably would have never, I probably would never be having this conversation with you.
True.
If this weren't happening. So I feel like in some aspects our world is getting much smaller because we're able to connect with people that we've never connected before, and we're finding new ways to connect with people.
Right.
So I really loved that.
Yeah, I've met, I don't even know how many now that, like, I expected this to branch out after like a few months, that people would be like, oh, hey, I'd be interested in doing your show. I hadn't even put out the first one, and I had a couple people saying, hey, I'm interested in doing your show that I didn't know. And I was all like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah, I mean, when I was talking to Daryl, I was, he said, you have got to, you've got to talk to Philip. I mean, and so I find that the improv community is such a small community. Mm-hmm. We think that it's really massive, but I mean, just like we were talking before, we have 9 mutual friends. It's
right.
Like, so the improv world is so small. And even when I went to Chicago last year with my best friends, we went to IO. I ended up meeting somebody in Chicago that was friends with Jeff Quintana, who we spoke about, your friend, right. Jeff Quintana, mm-hmm. who we spoke about not too long ago. So, I mean, it's all of these incredible things, and I'm kind of a nerd that anytime I find out that somebody knows somebody else, I always take a video of them saying hi to that person. Like, look, I know them.
Oh. So I got to say hi to Jeff for you before we're done?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'll get it on film or something.
We'll do it after. Okay, so I'm gonna take that same question and I'm gonna turn it around. And what do you dislike about being home so much?
All of the eating that I'm doing from the cooking. I've never been so aware of how board eat that I eat. And how I have totally missed the opportunity to work out this entire time. I was like, people have shown up with abs, and I've just eaten my abs. I don't even know how that happened, really. But I dislike not being able to engage with people. I'm very much a people person.
Right.
Most teachers find it so soothing when they have no kids in the classroom, and I'm like, bring the chaos on, I'm ready. So I miss doing shows. I miss even doing regular plays with my students, and I miss my kids.
Right.
I love my daughter, and I've loved spending so much time with her, but I miss my students.
Right.
I miss them. I miss my family. I miss certain family members that I can't see because of the situation. So, in that aspect, I miss my fam.
Gotcha. Okay, so think of the one thing that you're missing more than anything. What would that be?
Performing.
See, I actually expected that to be almost everyone's answers, and I've been so shocked at how many it wasn't that answer. But see, you're right in line with what I was thinking. So
Performing. There is a synergy about being on stage and not knowing what in the hell is going to come out of your mouth. Like, there is a synergy. There is this amazing thing that just happens, and you can't even really explain it other than it just being synergy.
Right.
And it's just a complete love for performing, and that's, I mean, I've been very lucky. More than anything, I've been healthy, been safe. My daughter's been healthy and safe. My family, on the majority, healthy and safe. So I'm very lucky that even throughout this experience, I've not been without a paycheck or anything else like that. So in that aspect, I'm very lucky that is the first world problem that I have, is that I miss performing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because we remember one of our last two performances, and we're like, it was so long ago, it feels.
It was. And we never, I think that if we knew that was going to be like our last show, man, things would have been real different. I was like, I would have pulled out all the stuff. We would have had a 4-hour show. I would have.
Well, if I think about my last Never Decaf show, which was the Savannah Comedy Festival, I wouldn't change anything about that one. That was like, I felt like that was our best show we had ever done, and it was just amazing. And I don't really remember the other one. So
we are so lucky. I have an amazing director, and I have, Steve Cobb is incredible. And if you don't know, do you know Steve?
Don't know.
No, I'm gonna hook you guys up, because Steve is incredible. He has this way, and he's so thirsty to learn more.
Right.
Like, some people kind of stay stagnant and stuff. Like, he always has something that he's like, okay, I want to teach you guys this. I want to show you guys this. And he is tenacious about learning all the things to learn. He's like on this quest, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And Bill is incredible to work with. So is Nick. And everybody works well together. And we actually have, I was the only girl for a while, but we have some younger girls coming in, and I know it sounds like an Epstein reference, but like a lot of things. Julian Sunby, our musical director, holy mother of God. Like, if you don't have somebody that cannot hear musically how you're going, I'm a horrible singer. Like, my grandfather, when he was still alive, would give me notes after a show, because he was a choral director, and he was like, Kia, don't torture these people anymore. Like, stop it. And then my grandmother is like, you did your best. Look at you. That is so, thank you for that. And I was like, I'm so sorry, everybody, that you had to hear that. I obviously, I try to torture my students with my singing,
right,
when they're not paying attention, but And he has really helped me grow as a singer. I was terrified to do musical improv. I had never done it before because when I did improv in Miami, it was sketch comedy and improv. So it was kind of like Saturday Night Live meets Whose Line Is It Anyways?
Right.
So, which is great. I loved it. But we never sang. And I was totally fine with that. Totally fine. And then here I was like, I'm going to have to sing. It's not good. So, having a musical director that gets you and can find your strengths and work on those, he's been incredible.
Awesome.
Incredible.
Yeah, we don't have any actual like musical directors as of now. But like,
well, you can't. He's taken.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, ready to move on to this last question in this series, and I actually I'm gonna give it to you as 2 questions.
Okay.
Because I was originally asking it one way, and then things changed, so I asked it another way. But I'm letting you choose which way you want to answer. So,
okay.
So originally it was, once everything is lifted, what's that first thing you're going to go do? And then everything opened, and it seemed like you really couldn't do what you wanted to do. So I changed it to, a lot of things have opened up. What do you feel safest for you to go do?
Oh, that's hard because as I walk into even going back to school, I'm so excited to go back to school and to start teaching. I think with it being safe to go, safe to do, I gotta go with perform some improv.
Right.
You know, perform with either with my kids or with my troupe, and I would say do that, or visit some family members that I haven't seen in a while. But I think performing, I love to perform.
Right.
Perform.
Yeah, I think that's it's definitely one of the top of my list. I'm like, I want a stage and I want an audience, because without the audience,
you're 100% right, because we need that feedback.
Right.
And it's funny because a friend of mine plays close to professional volleyball. He's an incredible volleyball player. And we're watching one of the AVP tournaments, and it was funny because you could actually hear the players talking smack to each other.
Right.
And I'm like, wow, I've never heard that. And he's like, yeah, this is so weird. And they were trying to pipe in some music, and it was all off. And so we're not used to a world like that.
Right.
We're not used to that world where you can kind of pipe in that stuff. I mean, because, and two, and I'm sure that you can agree with this, but there are certain things that you know are going to kill, and you know you have to pause for that laugh in order to keep moving. And so you almost set certain aspects of your piece, because you're like, oh, this one is going to be nonstop. So
well, you also have those ones that you know this is going to kill, and then there's dead silence, and I'm like, really, people? That was hilarious.
Oh, that was funny, y'all. Around him like, that was awesome.
And I'm like, thank you for the 2 that got it. All right, so that is all I have for this part of the interview. But so I hear you brought a friend with you. Go ahead and go ahead.
You want me to go? You want me to go get her?
Yeah, go get her, and I'll talk to them, and then I'll do another reintroduction for her.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right. All right, so Kia went to go get her friend. I don't know who this friend is. I've never met them before, but let's go ahead and welcome them to the show. Hey!
Is this?
Yes.
Is this thing on?
Yes. Can you see me?
How are you? It's nice to meet you.
I'm good. My name is Philip. Who are you?
Philip, nice to meet you. Sylvia.
Sylvia. Thank you for coming on the show today. Did Kia let you know what was going on?
She told me that you're a very nice guy.
Oh, I appreciate that.
You're very nice.
Thank you. So I'm just checking in with people, seeing how they're doing through this whole pandemic we're going through. And I just want to ask you about 5 questions, and that'll be all.
That's fine. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. Okay, so with the whole coronavirus...
Bill, put the cookie... Sorry, that's my daughter. She's getting the cook. Put the cookies down. I told you to put the... She's got like a medical condition, and so with the cookies and the... Sorry, I'm sorry. You were saying.
It's fine. So with the whole virus going on, what changed in your everyday process?
Well, I stay at home all the time, and I take care of my kids. So not much has changed, other than the fact that I now wear a mask while I'm trying to smoke, and that's the worst thing ever. Like all the time.
It's like
all the time.
It's like a quadruple filter.
It is. So it's not even. It's ridiculous, and they won't even let me smoke in the grocery store. So I'm a nervous wreck all the time, trying to just get through the grocery store with the lines and the arrows, and you can only go one way, and I can't. I end up having 5 panic attacks and needing to drink something as soon as I get out.
Oh wow, that must be rough. Okay, so we're all home a lot more, like you had said. Is there anything that you like about being home so much?
I've learned a lot of my kids' math. I learned a lot of my kids' math. I didn't think I was going to have to be teaching while I was in this quarantine situation. So I really feel like they should have sent, something like to tell the kids how to do this stuff, because I don't know.
Right.
I mean, there I am on YouTube trying to figure this stuff out. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Right, because it's not the same as it used to be.
It's not.
Yeah.
They want you to draw like these pictures, and then how many times does 5 go into 15? But then you got to use the little branch and then try to. I don't even know how that's appropriate. Like, just why can't they learn like we did when we was kids?
I don't know. Someone thinks they have a better way, and they move to that. So on the same other side of that question, what do you dislike about being home so much? I guess that was kind of the same thing that you answered, because. Go ahead.
Like, the kids are here all the time.
Right.
Do you know how much kids eat all of the time?
Yes.
Like, they have snacks for snacks.
Yep.
They wake up and are already, they're like a bunch of piranhas going after what's going on here. Like, I can't.
Right.
I can't do that all the time. All the time.
Okay, yeah, I get that. Kids are growing, so they always think they're hungry. So...
I'm always hungry.
Well, yes, me too. I've proven that. So, what is the one thing that you are missing more than anything at this time?
Freedom from my kids.
Freedom.
And my husband.
I
don't even know why any of them are still here. I am just, it's too much. They're always here, always with the, I need this, or I need help with number 2, or, I mean, it's nuts. I can't.
All right, and okay, so I'm just going to ask you this last question. What do you feel is the safest thing for you to go out and do at this time?
Get cigarettes. Like right now, all I do is go to the grocery store and then the liquor store right after that. So, grocery store, liquor store, home. That's it.
So
I feel safe doing because I can't kick my kids out.
That's right. So nicotine and alcohol back home.
Back home.
That makes perfect sense. Well, that is all the actual questions I have for you today. Is there anybody out there in the world that you would like to say hi to before you leave?
There's so many people. I love to say hello to my the people that are in Scared Scriptless. I would love to do that. You guys are super funny. So the next time you guys get out of this quarantine situation, I will be there. Please, Jesus, let it happen soon because I gotta get out of this house.
Oh, yeah.
And, I don't know. Some really cool people in my family, my sisters and my brothers, my parents, my grandparents. I got some really cool people that work at the school that my kids go to. Those people are super cool. So I wish they could go back soon, very soon, very, very soon. And you, sir, seem like a nice guy. So thank you, sir.
Thank you for thanking me.
You're welcome. I don't really understand.
It's fine. So that's all I have for you. Go ahead and let Kia come back, and I'll finish the show out with her.
Yeah. Are you ready? You still in the bathroom? I'll get it. Don't worry. I got it.
Okay.
I'll be back. Let's just put this out.
Okay.
I don't want to be rude.
Okay.
Put that out.
Okay. All right. Well, that was interesting. Fun character, friend of hers. Let's bring Kia back.
Hello.
Welcome back to the show.
Yeah.
That was an interesting friend you have there.
Crazy. And I couldn't get rid of her, really. So.
Well, you know, you got it. You got what you got. Are you ready for what I'm calling the lightning round?
I'm ready.
We're gonna ask another 5 questions that we didn't ask before, but they're all just very simple, fast answer questions. Maybe 1, 2, 3 words tops. You ready to knock this out? It's gonna be like a game show, but the only thing you win is that this interview gets put online regardless. You can.
Highlighter, which I already have, so I won.
You already won! Yay!
Okay.
Premature winner. All right, you ready?
I'll premature something else, so we're good.
Right. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. What's your favorite food?
My favorite food is ice cream.
Favorite drink?
Vodka? No, I'm just kidding. I love iced tea.
Favorite place to visit?
Oh, I love visiting my family.
Favorite movie?
Tommy Boy.
Nice. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how fun is this interview?
10! It's an 11 and a half. Yay! Oh, wait. Here we go. I got you.
Woo! Yes! Awesome. I've said this all the time, so the people at home are just kind of probably tired of it, but I'm always expecting a lower number, but I've never gotten a low number, so I guess I'm doing well. Okay, so that's all the interview stuff that I got. Is there anybody you would like to say hi to and give a shout out?
For sure, I want to say hi to my Scared Scriptless peeps. I want to say a big ups, an LAG reference, to all of my improv fam, because I feel like as we meet new people and we, they intertwine our lives in such different and interesting ways. So big ups to all of my improv fam, and which is now you, Philip, as well. So you're in the inner circle.
Yes.
And so I want to give a huge shout out to my daughter. She's amazing, and I love her. And I'm praying one day. She said today that she was thinking about becoming a doctor. And I gotta say, I was a little disappointed. I was like, really? You've got great comedic timing. I don't understand why
Now,
this is...
Now think about what's his name? Ken, the comedian, used to be a doctor, so it could have both. Could have both.
For that kind of school, just for her to turn around and be like, oh, I guess I'm funnier. No. Let's go with the straight track. Let's just go straight track, comedy, we're good. We're good.
All right.
So big ups to her. A big shout out to my family, my sister and my brothers, and my parents and my grandparents, and big ups to my friends that actually entertain the thought of coming and seeing me, as they are like, you're nuts, but this is where you should be. And then, of course, my students and my colleagues, who are really supportive and incredible, and we have such a blast together, and they allow me to be who I am, you know, and my students do too. So big shout out to my students who are truly amazing and really have it just inspired me every single day for the past 15 years. So yeah, that's it. I mean, you know, Mother Teresa is a good one on the list too. She was amazing.
I mean, she won't ever get it, but that's fine.
One day.
One day.
I'm a catcher. Catch me outside. How about that? Boo. I'm coming.
All right, so let me go ahead and do this outro, and I'll be back with you in just a minute. Thank you guys for watching today's show with Kia. Remember, when you guys are out there shopping and whatnot, say thank you to those people that have been working this whole time to keep stuff on the shelf for you. Give a shout out to all the people in the healthcare fighting this pandemic head on. And remember to drop your hate, spread some love. We are one people. We'll see you next week. All right, peace.
Bye.